Hi, it's Carl Allen. I've had loads of questions this week in the help desk from members of our Business Buying Accelerator coaching program. And, you know, the number one question we had this week, and I wanted to serve it up to you guys in the community as a bite-sized piece of value. And the question is, how can you buy a business? How can you finance the purchase of a business before you actually own it? And the analogy for this is it's absolutely identical to what happens when you buy a house or a piece of real estate. So most of you have probably gone out and you've bought a property of some sort in your life. You've gone out, you found a house that you really like, you've done your research, you know, is it near schools, is it near the right amenities, parks, restaurants, you know, whatever you do, and you've had a survey done and you like the house. You've then taken that asset, you've offered it to a mortgage company or a mortgage broker or some other financier, and you've said, you know, if I buy this property, how much are you prepared to lend me? And they'll typically lend you anywhere from 70 up to 95, even 100% mortgage in some cases. So what then happens is that money, once the house deal's ready for closing, that money that gets sent to your attorney or your solicitor gets put into escrow, and then as soon as you sign the piece of paper to transfer the ownership of the house from the seller to you as the buyer, then what happens is that money then flows through the system, goes from your attorney to the seller's attorney, and then goes to the seller. And if they've got debt already on that house, they've got an outstanding mortgage, that gets settled, and then the difference, the equity that's left, that goes into the seller's bank account. Now, what I've just explained to you is the financial flows when you buy a piece of real estate. When you buy a business, it's exactly the same thing. You go and find a business, and unlike the house where you're looking for location and schools and all that type of stuff, you're looking for a business that matches your deal specification. So is it in a sector that you know? Is it in a sector that you like? Are you passionate about it? Do you know whether you want to be the owner manager or the owner investor? So the location of that business becomes really, really important. Do your skills fit what that business needs? All those different sorts of things. So you've decided on a business, and then you've been to have a look at the business. You've got the financial information that you need to be able to make an offer. You then make an offer. You then get the financial information, you send it to a financier, and they will come back with you with something called an EOI, which stands for an expression of interest. So it's like the term sheet or the offer letter that the mortgage broker would give you on a piece of real estate. It's exactly the same, but this is for you buying a business. You then give that piece of paper with your offer letter to the seller, and then you can go through your due diligence, you can go through your legal process, and then when you're ready to close the deal, the funding flows in exactly the same way as it would do with a property deal. The money goes from the financier to your lawyer. That money gets held in escrow, and then as soon as you sign the sale and purchase agreement, which transfers the ownership of the business this time from the seller to you as the buyer. As soon as you sign that piece of paper, your lawyer releases those funds to the seller's lawyer, and then that funding then goes to the seller as their closing payment for the sale of the business from them to you. So just wanted to clarify that point. Had a lot of questions about it this week, and I hope you found that very, very useful. So I will see you in the next video installment, and until then, bye for now.